On the row behind, the black Peugeot 205 GTI of Chris Bassett, number 33, and number 888 Alex D'Amour's Honda Civic Type R, similar to Rich Hockley's car, but painted silver with a black bonnet. And then the very distinctive rotary engine Mazda, shown as a 1300cc engine, but for international purposes these cars of course were upgraded because they got the Wankel rotary engine. Ready to go, and off they go, and Rich Hockley does the better start on the front row, but now Don Hughes has got the Peugeot going as they change up through the gears, and as they get into Rich's for the first time. It is the Honda in front though, Honda from Peugeot from a Clio, and a good start also made in the Mazda by Clive Hainsford, which has put his car, very distinctive car, into fourth place. May have a nominally 1300cc engine, but effectively you could regard that in the days when the Mazda RX8 used to win the British Loop Car Championship in the hands of Win Percy, this regarded as a 2.3 litre car. But that Mazda certainly going well now, quick off the mark, and in fourth place. In third place at the moment we have the Honda of the Renault Clio of Nick Gwinnett. In the lead is the Honda of Rich Hockley, being pursued closely by Don Hughes in the Peugeot. Through Hamilton and into Oggies, and the Mazda is now into third place, the RX8. So whatever delayed it in qualifying, it's certainly motoring well now. It was only on the last lap really that he put in a decent lap time. Clive Hainsford then, number 52, in third place as the cars get on to the Bentley straight for the first time. That's the Mazda getting on. It is closing up. The leader is still Rich Hockley. Cars now come into Coram for the first time. The Peugeot distinctly there in second place. Third place is the Mazda RX8, and the change for fourth, up into fourth place, has come Tony Hunter in the white Clio, moving ahead as they came into Coram on Nick Gwinnett in the red Renault Clio. So the first lap then completed by Rich Hockley, leading from Don Hughes by 1.48 seconds. With Clive Hainsford's Mazda in third place, Tony Hunter fourth, Nick Gwinnett fifth, sixth is number 75 Robert Buckland's Renault Clio, seventh is 888 Alex D'Amour, seventh is, and then eighth is 33 Chris Bassett's Peugeot 205 GTI, the little black car. What about the progress of Andy McLennan from the back of the grid? He hasn't made any yet, hasn't come through. So maybe he didn't even start. Leading cars into Agostini for the second time. And I would say the lead extending now as Rich Hockley settles into the race. 97, Andy McLennan is circulating, but all is far from well with that car. It's just spluttering past, but it's not showing anything like its normal pace for all the little red rocket. I think it won't be long before Clive Hainsford is coming under pressure from the white Clio of Tony Hunter, who's certainly falling back after that strong start from the top two. This race 50 minutes. Quite a lot of changing went on compared with on that first lap compared with how they were on the grid, but as just see the cars on the CCTV coming out of Nelson, and for sixth place it's pretty close there, three cars close together as they came out of Nelson, but the leader on his own, Rich Hockley, running incidentally in Class GT300, which is really apparent from the programme, but he is, and comes through to complete his second lap. Rich Hockley led by 1.48 seconds last time. This time over Don Hughes, his advantage is 2.5 seconds. Clive Hainsford still in third place, and coming back at Tony Hunter is Nick Gwinnett in the battle of the Clios. In sixth place is Alex Demore, number 888 Silver Honda, and then behind him we've got side by side actually number 33 Chris Bassett's Peugeot 205 GTI and the number 75 fast starting Clio of Robert Buckland. So the Mazda, the RX8, the rotary engine Mazda, just keeping the Clios behind it at the moment as they head towards Agostini. And they're there as the leader goes through Hamilton. But Don Hughes has picked up pace now after perhaps a cautious start. He's just done the absolute best first sector on this lap. So the gap's coming down again. 2.5 it was at the start of the lap between the top two. It's Hockley, Hughes and Hainsford and Hunter, actually 4 H's in the first 4 places. Hockley, Hughes, Hainsford and Hunter. Nick Gwinnett 5th, Alex Demore 6th, and up to 7th has come number 33 Chris Bassett. Well, we lost out a couple of places that time round. Number 75 Robert Buckland. 9th up into the top 10 has come number 3 David Clark with the Renault 5 GT Turbo, and 10th is number 41 in his Honda Civic Steve Kasser. Is the leader being caught. Rich Hockley then on lap 3 leads the way. Slightly diminished lead, but not a lot. As a change, I think, for third place going into Murray's, in that Tony Hunter's got through and taken third place away from Clive Hainsford. The leaders have gone through. The 2.2 seconds is the gap now, so it's come down slightly. Well, Tony Hunter may have got through going into Murray's, but he's lost out at the end of the corner because, in fact, it is still the Mazda third, and Nick Gwinnett in the red Clio is now fourth by the end of the lap, and he's closing up on the Mazda. Tony Hunter overcooked it, I think, at Murray's. He's down to 5th. And then 6th is Alex Demore. 7th is 33 Chris Bassett. In 8th place is 75 Robert Buckland. And the change for third place has now gone in favour of Nick Gwinnett. So Nick Gwinnett in the red Clio, Renault Clio, is now into third place. Done at the hairpin on this, the 4th lap. Don Hughes continuing, I think, to reel in. Last time around he did the fastest lap of the race, 2:11.341, which is a couple of seconds quicker than his pole position time. But I suppose it's fair to say the track was still a little damp during their qualifying session from the overnight rain. Well, Clive Hainsford in danger of losing another place on this lap, in as much as he has Tony Hunter once more snapping at his heels, but this is for 4th place now, because already going past the Mazda into third place has been Nick Gwinnett in the red Clio. Looking across towards Crom, it looks to me as though that gap's continued to come down between the top two, but still not how you could say that Don Hughes is able to challenge Rich Hockley for the lead, but he is closing up on the Honda. Lap 4, got 6 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock as Rich Hockley goes over the line for the 4th time. Don Hughes in second place. They've just lapped Andy McLennan, and the gap is down to 2.049 seconds, so it's coming down at the rate of a quarter of a second a lap, and that's not enough, would have thought, in the remaining time. And the Clio's now sandwich the Mazda, so Nick Gwinnett is third in the red one. Then we've got the Mazda of Clive Hainsford, then we've got the white Clio of Tony Hunter. Change for 7th place behind, because Chris Bassett has been passed by number 75, Robert Buckland. Let's just look at what's going on in Class F for the Peugeot 206 GTIs. That's being headed by number 53, Carl Powell. But by nothing at all, so that predicted battle is actually taking place. He is just ahead of number 77, Crispin Williamson, or at least that's how it was when they started the lap they're currently on. They should have next to, there they are, the gold one ahead of the black one. So Carl Powell just ahead in that Class F battle. They're nose to tail as they go through Riches. Now the Mazda, I think, has a problem. It seems to have certainly been passed by David Clark, yes, but in the Renault 5 GT Turbo. So the Mazda has slowed right down after that promising start to the race. Clive Hainsford nursing the car back to the pits, I suspect. So the Clios are now left to fight over the final podium position. But if we're going to have class winners on the podium, the two Clios running in the same class, Class A, of the Tricolor Trophy. Leader through, Rich Hockley, Don Hughes. That gap hasn't really come down, it's gone up actually to 2.6 seconds. So on that lap, Rich Hockley's able to stretch his advantage again. Right, Clios are next. In third place, Nick Gwynn, number 14, second in Class A to Don Hughes, he is. Tony Hunter should be the next one through, but he isn't. In fact, the next one through there's quite a shuffle there. Chris Bassett has gone through in fourth place. So we've lost Tony Hunter completely, and we've lost Nick Hainsford. It may be a coincidence. They were running close to each other. There could have been contact. I'm putting it down to mechanical problems, but it might be bodily contact. So fourth this time at the end of lap 5, number 33, Chris Bassett. Then we've got Alex Demore, number 888, in 5th place. In 6th place, number 75, Robert Buckland. And in 7th place, number 3, David Clark. In 8th place, Steve Casson, number 41. In 9th place, number 24, Josh Bennett. And in 10th place, number 11, Daniel Adams with the Proton. Now the Mazda's been in, had a word with somebody in the pit lane, and also Tony Hunter has come in, driven straight through the scrutineering bay back to their place in the paddock.